Scorn will be one of the most disturbing, depression-inducing, and fascinating games of this decade. In no small part due to its artistic progenitor, H.R. Giger, the creative genius behind Aliens' aesthetic you know and love. Scorn, like Aliens, will be loved by its cult following of horror shooter-infused nutjobs and despised by journalistic gaming media because, let's face it, complexity isn't their thing. Take a minute now. Let's talk about Scorn, what we know, what's changed in the last several years, and what I think is coming. Scorn is not a shooter. It's intended, according to the creators, to be a sense of you being thrown out into the world, like being born, I guess, created by Ebb Software. The macabre atmosphere that permeates the footage throughout Scorn's previews is very specific, a dark, oppressive, discomforting universe. We're warned that we should be prepared to lose our inner selves in Scorn's world of horror. Since the first alpha footage dropped in 2014, Scorn has maintained an unyielding shadow throughout. Some aspects of the game have changed a lot since the early days, everything from shifting the way the skin on the main character looks to some mechanics, like the keys. We don't have a little rock anymore, we have a device. Something interesting. But overall, we can see that Ebb has really made an effort at enhancing the immersive space around the player. Improved graphics, details, and in the latest gameplay trailer launched at the Xbox and Bethesda showcase, we can see all of that coming to fruition. According to that release, Scorn is not a shooter, but it's a first-person horror adventure game, one that seems to mix both visual storytelling and problem-solving and maybe some puzzles throughout its several levels or regions of biomechanical hell from a long-lost industrialized civilization. It kind of reminds me of us, except no. There is no dialogue apparently, which I'm fine with. So the story is told throughout the actions and machinations within the game. It reminds me a little bit of our Pokemon. Yeah, my dad really couldn't understand how we could understand what Pokemon was saying, but we knew what they were saying. We knew Pikachu. Scorn's scheduled for release again in October 2022. The 21st of October 2022. And while there has been a lot of schedules and release dates dating back since 2018, I think with Microsoft's backing, we could finally see this horror game brought from the darkness. I'm not going to pretend to know everything about Scorn, I don't! I have been watching it from afar for the last few years and I'm really excited. For me though, Scorn is going to be a benchmark in the first-person horror game, mixing its artistic madness and the legacy of H.R. Giger with the spiritual zeitgeist, from Ebb's point of view, of the world we've been living in for the past 2 decades. Pain, fear, confusion, deafening silence. At least that's kind of what I'm making from it. It's kind of like an emo kid that has a thing for aliens. Like Blogsy. No, I doubt Scorn is gonna last for too long until it's replaced with something more sustainable. But as a piece of history, it will persist with its cult following. I suspect that other first-person horror story shooting games will look for inspiration from Scorn and what can be created when a new breed of games is created, with far more abstract concepts like primal humanity. I'm looking forward to playing Scorn, telling its story, enjoying its dark labyrinths, I'm keeping that in, labyrinths, but at the same time, I'm fully expecting to not touch it again afterwards. It's too early to tell, I suppose, so keep your eyes on this one, give it a try, and when you do, Well, come back to this video and let me know what you thought of it. I'd like to know. Thanks for watching, everyone. This will be the first video I'm making with some new Audacity software. Yeah, I've never used Audacity before, so hoorah, learning things. Until then, quick shout out to Blogsy Malone and Ruby Ranger, my Hell Knight patrons. If you want to help this channel grow, you can support me on Patreon and get your name shouted out. Or, if you want to hang out sometimes and tell me how depressing this game is, you can always join my Discord, which is also in the description. Don't forget to check the secret link. Until next time, please take care, rip and tear. Cheers.